This video is to discuss how to make a bobble. A bobble is essentially a little knitted sack that is decorative. So you'll knit up to the point where you want to make your bobble. You'll knit into the front of the stitch, into the back, into the front, into the back, and then into the front one more time, making, in this case, 5 stitches out of 1. At this point you could either turn your work around and purl back, or you can knit backward. So this is going to show you knitting backward. So normally when you're knitting, you're working from right to left. In this case, we'll be working from left to right. So I'm going to take my left needle and insert it behind the stitch, behind the right hand needle. I'm going to wrap going, I guess this is what, counterclockwise? And then I'm going to pull it through. Insert the left hand behind the right, counterclockwise, pull through, inserting left to right, behind, counterclockwise, and pull through. And then the last one. Okay, so I've just knit backwards on those 5 stitches. I'm going to knit again in the normal fashion for those 5 stitches. And then you can see I'm starting to make a little sack here. I'm going to knit backward again, taking the left hand needle behind the right hand needle, bringing your yarn counterclockwise and pulling through. Insert left behind right, counterclockwise, pull through, left behind right, counterclockwise, pull through. And it's very awkward at first, but you do get somewhat better at it. So now we're to the part where we're going to knit the 5 stitches together. And I usually hold my yarn continental, but I find that for this I really do need to move it to English or throwing because I just don't get the right kind of leverage. So I actually will pull my bobble down. You can see some room there. And I'll slide the stitches up. I'll use my pointer fingers so they don't fly off the needle. And I'll just kind of scooch the needle in there into those 5. And then, because I've switched it to English, I'll come around in the normal way and I'll actually kind of pull it down a little bit. So you can kind of see there I've got it pulled down, and it's just because it can get a little wily trying to get those 5 stitches. So I'll pull it down and then slide that through the 5 stitches. Oops, and I split it. So let me fix that. Okay, fixed. And you can see there that's what the bobble looks like. That was essentially 1 stitch, increased 5, and then worked back and forth, and then knit the 5 together. And so that's what it looks like. And you can see there's a generous space there, so you got to snug that up as you work. Let me go back to continental. Your next stitch. Okay, you can see that. So let me get a few more in. And you can see there from the back, it doesn't actually look like all that much because it's a knitted protrusion that shows up on the front.